I want to talk to you about a saw that I've used for 50 odd years. I've got a Gent saw. It's a narrow saw. It has an inline handle, and I've got one here, brand new, that I purchased because I wanted to show you what I do to my saws when I get them. And this one has come from the maker. First of all, what I want to do is show you how this saw cuts. And we take it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 to 22 strokes. Got me down about 1.5 inches. Now, that seems like the saw is cutting fine, and I think it would be perfectly acceptable because it's a brand new saw. You expect it to work straight out of the packet. That's not always the case, and in this case, this particular saw would benefit from sharpening. Brand new out of the packet, needs sharpening. So let me take you through this. Just 2 sticks of wood like this, and put the teeth about 1/4 inch from the top of the pieces of wood and clamp it in the vise like this. Now you need a 3-cornered saw file, just a small one, 4.5 inches long of cutting length. What we do is we place the file into the teeth like this, and we just feel for the angle, and we start the file with a single stroke. We don't need any more than that, because when you buy an old saw, a second-hand saw, you're probably buying a lot of problems because usually they're not sharp, they're dull, they're rounded, the profile of the teeth has changed. When you buy a new saw, the teeth will be fine. They'll usually be set correctly, they'll have set, and the teeth will be punched out very evenly. But what we might have to do is sharpen the teeth when we buy it. So what we do is we drop it into the first gullet, and we want to be level across because we sharpen all of these saws for a rip cut. We want to be level across, and we want to be square or perpendicular to the long axis of the saw. So square across and level, and we've got it. So we place it into the tooth, take a stroke. Watch this, not a long stroke, and this stroke has to be even. So you want the same pressure and the same length and the same direction. So 1, into the next gullet, just keep skipping the gullet, just into each one, because we're filing this saw from one side only. Just the weight of your hand, nothing more. And you'll develop a rhythm. Try not to skip a tooth. Now, I don't know if you'll see this, but this file is sloping slightly forward. This is the point of the saw, this is the handle end, and I'm sloping the top of my file slightly forward because that gives the front of the tooth that extra punchiness that I need for cutting, for sewing. The nice thing about this is if you do skip a tooth, you'll see it. Like I just skipped a tooth, I went back. And you'll see it because there's tarnish on the teeth themselves. So you can go back over this after and look for that tarnish. There, I just skipped a tooth, go back. This is a 19 teeth per inch, so it's quite fine, quite small. You can see there's nothing complicated about this. If your eyesight isn't brilliant, just use a magnifier. Get some extra light in there. I have to stress that I am not pressing down on this. I'm just letting my hands and the saw file just drift across the surface from me towards the bench. And you'll see what the difference is in this in a minute. Oops. And we're going as much on feel and touch as we are anything else. And I have the angle where the saw file is sloping towards the toe of the saw, just that little bit. I have it locked in my muscle memory now. And I wouldn't recommend a finer tooth saw because after 19 points it definitely gets more difficult to sharpen them. 16 is a good size, but that will be more aggressive. I'm nearly there. So if you can do this, you'll be able to sharpen this saw for the rest of your life. And this saw will last you a lifetime. It'll last you 50, 60 years at least, probably longer, if you just do this every 3 months. Nearly there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then I'll look back to see if I did miss any. There's 1. And there's 1. So I've sharpened it all from one side, and that means the burr, if there is a burr from the roughness of the file, will be on one side. But as soon as I use the saw, it will break off and the saw will cut beautifully. So let's see now what the contrast was. What did we say? 21, 22 strokes before. Let's see what we get now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 strokes. There you go. And I can see from my side that I've got a much finer cut from that sharpening. It's much finer, much neater. So what we did to this saw is we improved it with 2 or 3 minutes, just a little bit of filing, and there we got it. That's it. That's what you do when you buy a new saw.